day, everyone. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic: how our brains evolve and grow during our high school years. I'm Richanti Buscato, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this exciting journey. Have you ever wondered why you think the way you do? Or how your problem-solving skills have changed since entering high school? Well, today we'll uncover these mysteries together. Think of it as a peek behind the curtain into the amazing transformations happening in our minds. So, let's set off on this adventure of understanding the cognitive development of high school learners. Ready to explore? Let's begin. So first, we have our learning outcomes. At the end of this module, you should be able to first describe the cognitive development of adolescents in the light of Piaget's and Ziegler's cognitive development theories. Second one is explain the consequences of the adolescent's cognitive development on their behavior. Third one is define overachievement and underachievement and propose solutions to underachievement. Adolescence is a time for rapid cognitive development. At this stage of development, here is a decrease in egocentric thoughts, while the individual thinking takes more of an abstract form. This allows the individual to think and reason in a wider perspective. Behavioral studies also show the development of executive functions comprised by cognitive functions that enable the control and coordination of thoughts and behavior. Adolescence is therefore a period of human development that has great influence on the individual's future life through character and personality formation. So that introduction says adolescence is like a magic door that leads to a whole new way of thinking in understanding the world around us. It's a time when our brains go into overdrive, growing and changing faster than ever. Imagine your thoughts evolving from being all about yourself to considering bigger ideas and seeing things from different angles. This special time also brings newfound abilities to control and organize our thoughts and actions. What's amazing is that all these changes during adolescence have a superpower. They shape who we become as individuals, influencing our personalities and how we navigate our lives ahead. Similarly remarkable as the physical changes during adolescence are changes in thinking patterns. These changes are marked by the acquisition of new cognitive skills due to the brain's increasing in weight and refining synaptic connections, technically known as corpus callosum, which join and coordinate the two hemispheres of the brain. Another brain development is the process of correlated temporal and parietal areas, technically known as myelination. This second development covers the brain systems whose executive functions relate to attention, verbal fluency, language, and planning. Through brain scanning, three peaks in brain maturation that have been identified by neurological and scientists, and these are at age 12, age 15, and age 18.5, coinciding with operational thinking process of logical reasoning. Kapag lumalaki ang mga kabataan, their thinking changes too. Their brains develop new skills because they get heavier and their connections between brain cells, or yung tinatawag nating corpus callosum, get better. This connection link both sides of the brain, helping them work together. And aside from that, there's also a cool process called myelination happening in certain brain areas. It's like adding super speed and turning to the brain systems for paying attention, talking well, using language, and planning things. It makes these brain functions work faster and smarter. That's formal operational thinking. First, we have propositional thinking, making assertions outside visual evidence and stating what may be possible in things not seen by the eyes. For example, whether an unseen object is red or green, big or small, flat or round. And the second one is relativistic thinking. subjectively making an opinion on facts involving one's own bias, prejudice of distortion of facts, which may be either right or wrong, for example, arguing or against the superiority of the races, whether white, brown, yellow, or black. And the third one is real versus possible. Examining a situation and exploring the possible in terms of situations or solutions. For example, possible success in implementing a student project or a school policy. I'll give some additional ideas about the operational thinking that Piaget have. The first one is the propositional thinking. Think of propositional thinking as imagining possibilities beyond what you can physically perceive. It's like using your mind to make educated guesses or logical inferences about things that you can't directly observe. Halimbawa, isipin mo kung ano ang texture, temperatura, o kahit lasa ng isang pagkain na hindi mo pa natitikman based sa paglalarawan o sa mga sangkap nito. So, the propositional thinking is about guesses or guessing something na hindi mo alam kung ano talaga yung exact na information about that thing. Relativistic thinking, on the other hand, involves interpreting facts or information through your personal lens or sa sarili nating pananaw, which can sometimes be influenced by biases or subjective opinions. Ito ay katulad ng pagbuo ng mga saloobin o paniniwala batay sa iyong sariling karanasan o pananaw kaysa lamang sa pawang tuwirang katotohanan. For example, halimbawa pagkakaroon ng matinding opinion sa isang issue sa politika based sa iyong culture o personal na paniniwala kaysa sa patunay na ebidensya. So, meaning, mas naniniwala ka sa iyong personal na opinion kaysa sa totoong informasyon. So, when it comes to real versus possible thinking, it's about analyzing the current reality while contemplating potential outcomes or scenarios. It involves assessing what's happening now and considering what could feasibly occur or be achieved in the future. So, real versus possible thinking, ito ay tungkol sa pagsusuri sa kasalukuyang realidad habang iniisip ang mga posibleng resulta o mga sitwasyon sa hinaharap. Ito ay pagsusuri kung ano ang nangyayari ngayon at ang posibleng mangyari o marating sa hinaharap. So, the real versus possible thinking, it's about thinking the reality or what's happening now. So, it's focusing on the present and the future. Ziegler's information processing skills. In his experiments, Ziegler used rule models in relation to balance, weight, distance, conflict weight, conflict distance, and other conflict balance problems. He examined the correct and wrong answers to each of the problem, drawing out rule models and thinking and knowing. Upon, adolescents may show A. Speed in information processing, coupled with greater awareness and control and acquired knowledge based on more efficient kind of thinking compared with that of the child. Adolescents could display quicker information processing abilities while having a better grip on controlling and applying their acquired knowledge. This signifies a more efficient thinking process compared to children, allowing them to assimilate and maneuver information at a faster pace. E. Complexity by way of considering longer-term implications and possibilities beyond the here and how. The adolescent's thinking might evolve to consider broader implications and possibilities beyond immediate circumstances. These expansions include contemplating longer-term consequences and potential outcomes, suggesting a depth and complexity in their cognitive processing beyond the present moment. Increased volume of information processing coupled with longer memory span. Adolescents may handle a larger volume of information and possess an increased capacity for retaining and recalling this information over extended periods. This expanded memory span aligns with their heightened information processing capabilities, indicating an advancement in cognitive abilities as they mature. Metacognition. Among the cognitive advances in adolescence is metacognition, which is the ability to identify one's own thinking processes and strategies inclusive of perception, memory, understanding, application, analysis, assessment, and innovation. The adolescent is able to state, "I know that," among the memory data stored in his mind. Also able to state, "I know how," referring to procedural processes that improves memory recall through the use of a mnemonic device. Another important development is the ability of the adolescents for information processing. Information theorist Robert Ziegler sees a sequential acquisition of specific knowledge and strategies for problem solving. He observed the quality of information processes that faces tasks at hand through strategies and rules. Rules relate to balance, weight, distances, conflict weight, conflict distance, and conflict balance problem. Sa panahon ng pagbibinata, ang metacognition ay isang mahalagang aspeto ng pag-iisip ng kabataan. It's like thinking about thinking. Parang pag-iisip tungkol sa sariling pag-iisip. Sa mga adolescents, mas na-develop nila ang kakayahang suriin at maintindihan ang kanilang sariling paraan ng pag-iisip at pag-aaral. Through metacognition, adolescents learn to reflect on how they learned and solve problems. Iniisip nila kung ano ang mga strategy na epektibo sa kanila, kung paano nila na-apply ang kanilang mga kaalaman, at kung ano ang mga bagay na dapat baguhin o i-enhance sa kanilang paraan ng pag-aaral. Ang metacognition ay tumutulong sa kanila na maging mas responsable at epektibo sa kanilang mga desisyon sa pag-aaral. Kapag nag-i-evaluate sila ng kanilang sariling pag-iisip at pag-aaral, mas mauunawaan nila kung paano sila magiging mas mabisa at produktibo sa kanilang mga gawain. Let's proceed with the overachievement. Ang mga kabataang overachievers ay may mga katangian na nagpapakita ng mataas na tagumpay. And number 1 is positive self-value. Ang mga ito ay may tiwala at positibong pananaw sa kanilang sarili. May mataas na self-esteem, kumpiyansa, at positibong pananaw sa buhay. Number 2, openness to authority. Sila ay handang sumunod sa mga inasahang gawain ng mga magulang o sa kanilang guro. Responsibo sila sa mga inasahang responsibilidad at may respeto sa mga nasa posisyon ng autoridad. Number 3, positive interpersonal relations. Mahusay silang makisama at sensitibo sa damdamin ng iba. At responsible sila sa pangangailangan at damdamin ng kanilang kapwa. Number 4, less conflict on the issue of self-autonomy. Hindi sila madalas magkaroon ng malalim na hidwaan sa usapin ng pagpapasya. Nakakaramdam sila ng kalayaan na gumawa ng tamang desisyon at may kakayahan silang mamuno at magpatupad ng mga gawain. Number 5, academic orientation, or sila yung may interes sa pag-aaral. Sila ay disiplinado sa kanilang pag-aaral, mataas ang motivation na mag-discover at mag-aral, interesado sila sa mga halaga ng pag-aaral at iba't ibang larangan ng kaalaman. Number 6, goal orientation, or sila yung may layunin sa buhay. May kakayahan silang maging epektibo sa pagpaplano, pagtatakda ng mga layunin at pag-prioritize ng mga pagmatagalang nilang mga mithiin kaysa sa maikling terminong gantimpala. Number 7, control over anxiety, or kakayahang kontrolin ang pag-aalala. Maayos at nakapag-relax sila sa pagganap ng mga organisadong gawain. Hindi sila madaling maguluhan o ma-stress sa mga tasks na kanilang ginagawa. Achievement. Underachievement may become more pronounced when high school classwork becomes more demanding. First type of underachievement is withdrawn underachievers. Refers to those who have a more pronounced tendency to be passive, resulting in being submissive and docile. They follow the path of no resistance, not reacting to given assignments and school regulations. Generally quiet, they do not participate in class activities. The second one is aggressive underachievers. Aggressive underachievers are those who tend to be talkative, disruptive, and rebellious. Underachievement has two types, which is the withdrawn underachievers and the second one is aggressive underachievers. Withdrawn underachievers, these individuals may display a subdued demeanor, often overlooked or perceived as disinterested in classroom activities. They might possess potential and knowledge but choose not to engage actively. Often quiet and reserved, they may avoid taking the initiative or expressing their ideas, leading to a lack of visibility in class. Their passivity can stem from various reasons, including lack of confidence, feeling overwhelmed, or not finding relevance in the material being taught. So in short, the withdrawn underachievers is those adolescents that aren't interested in class activities. Aggressive underachievers, on the other hand, might manifest disruptive behavior, speaking out frequently, challenging authority, or even causing disturbances in the classroom. Kanilang pag-uugali ay maaaring mula sa frustration, pangangailangan ng atensyon, o hindi interesado sa mga pangkaraniwang regulations sa klase. So sila yung mga adolescent na under sa aggressive underachievers. So the difference between the two, first, with withdrawn underachievers, is sila yung tinatawag nating introvert persons. And the aggressive underachievers is sila yung mga adolescents na extrovert. Behavior in adolescents' cognitive growth. First is the egocentrism. This is the adolescent's tendency to think too much of themselves while being too sensitive to social acceptance of their appearance, actions, feelings, ideas, and etc. Egocentrism ay tungkol sa pagiging center ng atensyon ng kabataan sa kanilang sarili at mahirap nilang maunawaan ang perspektiba ng ibang tao. Parang ang tanging nakikita nila ay ang kanilang sariling mundo lamang, parang nakasuot sila ng sarili nilang salamin kung saan lahat ay umiikot sa kanilang sariling mga iniisip at kanilang karanasan. Ito ay maaaring magdulot ng di pagkakaintindihan o hidwaan sa communication dahil nahihirapan silang makiramdam o manawan ng iba't ibang pananaw. Number 2 is idealism. This refers to imagining the far-fetched and less ideal situations at home, in school, and in society. The teen may imagine a utopia or heaven on earth, leading to discouragement when social realities become harsh. For example, unexpected low grades, family discord, or etc. Idealism. Madalas na tinatangkilik ng mga kabataan ang idealism, kung saan mayroon silang mataas na pamantayan o paniniwala kung paano dapat ang mga bagay-bagay. Maaring sila ay may malalim na pangarap o pangarap na mabuo ang isang mas magandang mundo na pinapahalagahan ng katarungan o pagiging patos. Ang idealism na ito ay maaaring magtulak sa kanila upang magsumikap para sa positibong pagbabago, ngunit maaari rin itong magdulot ng paghihinang di maayos ang realidad sa kanilang mga pangarap. Number 3, increase argumentativeness. Teens enjoy learning through the use of group dynamics, including role play, discussion, debate, and drama. As cognitive abilities develop, adolescents might become more argumentative. They begin challenging ideas, questioning authority, and engaging in debates to assert their opinions. Ito ay nagmumula sa kanilang pag-unlad sa kritikal na pag-iisip at sa kanilang kakayahan na ipahayag ang kanilang mga saloobin. Bagamat ito ay maaaring magdulot ng malusog na usapan at personal na pagunlad, maaari rin itong magresulta sa hidwaan sa mga nakatatanda o sa kanilang mga kapwa kabataan. Applications to adolescent care, education, and parenting. Parents and teachers must be able to recognize the cognitive development paths among adolescents and create situations that will foster higher thinking skills through activities at home. For example, asking teenage children for suggestions, places to go to for family outing, and etc. Letter B. Allowing more independence. For example, use of school allowances, choice on what to wear, or etc. Letter C. Activities in school that allow participation, such as projects, field trips, joint internet research, and etc. Letter D. Develop reading skills through magazine articles, internet, and blogs. Developing occupational skills. Senior high school grades 11 and 12 were designed to provide attention to occupational skills that are absent even among college graduates. The Department of Labor and Employment reports that there is mismatch between academic preparation and job skills, thus worsening the gap between employable school graduates and potential jobs or employment. Theorist John Holland has identified basic personality factors that match with attitude and work preferences. So the first one is the realistic. This personality type prefers practical tasks, including those requiring physical labor and motor coordination, and less of interpersonal skills, like for example, carpentry, driving, and etc. Second is investigative. This prefers tasks that are conceptual, such as in the fields of science and technology, as chemists, scientists, technologists, and etc. And the third is the conventional. This prefers structured tasks that cater to the needs of others, such as in office jobs and manual labor. Fourth one is enterprising. This prefers independence and innovation in business and other enterprises that reflect autonomy and personal initiative. And the fifth one is the artistic. This prefers unstructured tasks that show ability for self-expression, such as from artists, musicians, and performers. As we wrap up our talk on adolescent cognitive development, it's amazing to see how much young minds grow during this time. It's not just about changing bodies, their thoughts, and understanding of the world, but also grow a lot. They start thinking about things beyond themselves and dreaming of making the world better. When they argue or debate, it's not just talk, it's how they learn and express themselves. They become more independent and responsible, ready to take on new ideas. This growth helps them become better adults, shaping how they see the world and how they act in it. Thanks so much for listening and being part of this discussion. Salamat sa inyong pakikinig at pagsali.